Good morning, traders. Welcome to another video. It's been a while since I've been able to record. We are 3 minutes and 50 seconds until cash open. Hopefully, you guys can see my screen. As always, I participate in the IWM market or auction. And before we get started, let's talk about what is happening. So, last session, just a bird's eye view. New York session bought up a few times. Right, they bought from right here, they bought roughly here about an hour or so before cash close. They bought here, and we sold from here, took profits there. And this is okay. So from here, New York session took profits there, took profits there. So that's the movement of New York session. Buys, 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 took profits or sell from these two areas. Getting to the Asian session sold down to where they bought from here, right there, a few times, rose the market. And we finally get to the London session, where London session was at 4 o'clock. Let's get 4 o'clock. So London session started right around here, where they bought from there. They bought from here. Then you can see they sold from here, where we're getting back to where Asian session had bought from, which in turn New York session bought from. 2 minutes and 20 seconds into cash. Price is now falling back into that area where New York session bought from and Asian session bought from. And then we also have down here, roughly 251.02 roughly to 250.40, I'm sorry, 250.74. And this is where New York session bought from last session. And we have those two areas to look at, but this one is currently happening at the moment, 251.50 to roughly 251.06, where again, Asian session bought from. London session looks like it's trying to follow the lead. We also have a massive amount of selling that's not getting rewarded at the moment. Here at 8:50, 9 o'clock. Then we got a massive buyer that steps in. So what it looks like is London session is following the lead of Asian session. I have a nice little buy up from 251.47 to maybe 251.94. That should be a good 10 to 20 cent in profit and options profit, depending on where you enter. You can still see like here, again, 8:50, 9 o'clock. We got 40 seconds left. Some, I mean, aggressive selling. It's not getting rewarded at all. And I'm not sure what happened. I just noticed not sure what happened to my Delta. It's not something I need, but Delta chart's not down here. Figure it out later. 20 seconds to cash. Here, major selling again. Really not getting rewarded. So I do have 252 calls, 251s just in case. And then I do have 252 puts as well. But 251 calls is what I'm looking at with 6 seconds until cash open. Make sure I got everything lined up. Yep. All right. Cash is open. Prices are good. Prices are looking at 64 at the moment. So they're coming into it. See if the London session starts to sell some to help us out. 252 calls. Price wise looks good. Let's see. It's like that. And it's probably helping us out selling, aggressive selling. Some aggressive selling there. Buyer stepped in a little early. We're going hunting for stops. Let's see. So I do have 251 calls available, but I'm still it still will be 252s on the call side. Looks like they may be hunting for stops. Okay. $45 on the 252s look good too. Okay. Again, those sellers aren't being rewarded. Massive selling. See, buyers started early. See how price came into that other area from New York session? Right, from blah, 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 blah. Here, 11:45. Let's see what makes it at. Keep hitting it. See if those sellers get rewarded or they don't. Massive amount of selling. So far, those buyers didn't get rewarded. But there is a sell imbalance right here between 251.13 to 251.08. All right. Since this hasn't happened yet, let's take another bird's eye view of it. Right. So there's a massive amount of selling here that didn't get rewarded. All right. And then we have, oh, shoot, let's go back. I think it's something starting to happen. Okay. So see, those sellers are not being rewarded. All right. There's a massive amount of selling that's not being rewarded. Continues to hit there. I still have 252 calls, just waiting. See, those sellers are not being rewarded. All right, I'm entering 252 calls, $47 per contract. 57 would be half of that. Okay, so it looks like it's 52 now. Massive amount of selling that wasn't getting rewarded. Nice wick. Keeps coming back to this area here. There was a big imbalance of what is it called? Selling down there. Come now we're in this area again. Massive amount of selling. Back to this area here from 11 45, 11:40-ish last session. There's a massive amount of selling. Let's see. I'm looking at it. Check. Mhm. See. See. Trying to buy. I'm looking for this to be that clue. Mm, here. Here kind of be that clue. If that was the area where they're gonna continue. Because looking at the bird's eye view of it, here where they bought New York session board, isn't that what's happening? It's starting to happen right there. See, right? That was that clue I just marked. It looks like bought a little bit. It was that 250 if I was to play that down. It bought there. Continuation of them. Just waiting for something. Still in the play. 47 was my entry. I'm down 10 cent. Just buy. Did my 240, 252s. So, so now we're saying that I'll go kind of buy essentially. It's gonna have some buying power. See what happens from there. Buy on the York session, right? They try to anyway. From here, look like they're trying to make a push. Buyers are stepping into it potentially. Trying. Definitely got a nice tail there. And then that clue I just wrote down, I just marked, came from aggressive selling, right? So there was a passive buyer pushed it okay from going down further. Now just a waiting game. I think we do have a 10 o'clock court. So now 9:40. See, they bought from here, right? That's a nice tail. See if they continue it. It's giving me the warm and fuzzies other than this, but that again hasn't really happened yet. Selling, selling there. Selling. I'm gonna push. I would love for them to push. Maybe even flip red green. Still not trying to push it, but it's not pushing. Trying to push it, but it's not pushing it. Want to though, right? Buyers was trying to step into it. Something hold it. Definitely bought from here. It just wasn't continuation on that buy. 10 o'clock is going. So, current low. Current low is 250 of this candle. 250. So where I'm at right now, my entry was 47. It is currently 40. I think I may just take a little bit and just do 50. Some money on there. So now it's 48. So buyers are definitely stepping. Let's see. Uh, Took profit at 52 just because I was definitely, yeah, leaving money on the table probably, but just so that give me instead of 10, I just took $500 in profit forever, right? And I got in here. Maybe that was a bad move, right? But seeing this was the actual um confirmation, right? Coming back into where New York bought from around 1140. Marked on my chart till later. That was a clue, right? Aggressive selling just wasn't getting rewarded. Go backwards here. Sure, they're still trying to push it. They tried to turn, they did it for a hot second. Turn a red day into a green day. They're trying it. It's gonna get mixed stitches. All right, looks like they're trying to push through. So again, I entered at 47. 57 would have been a half move, but I took everything at 52 just because of I had about a $10 drawdown. Finally made it back up. All right, I'll look at these text messages later. So they definitely bought, right? So they bought there, took some stops out. Looks like they came back and bought from this New York session here. So New York session there, New York session there, right? And if I zoom in on this one in particular, it's a massive seller, right? There was some stops there, here, and here. So these sellers were not being rewarded. These sellers won't either. Now they're really coming in. Look at them now. Look at the buyers now. So not the best entry, but definitely that's why I do a 20-cent stop to let the play run, give it some wiggle room. And it looks like it was 57, if I'm not mistaken. I just missed it. But right now it's back to just saw 57. It's made 57. So they're trying, or they, try to flip it red to green. Tried it for a hot second here and here, and think that may be the writing on the wall. So not a bad way to end the day. Not the best execution either. We had some clues here that they were going to step in. Stepped in a little early. Right there is where they came back into not just this London session, but they actually came into New York session by clue mapped out. Here they go here. From there to there, excuse me. I'm trying to find any clues that they would continue. Let's see. This huge buyer just stepped in at the moment right here. There's no clue that that would continue higher. So what this looks to be, not more will come out. We do have a report coming out in less than 15 minutes. But it looks to be potentially, it's hard to say. Right now we're just in the range. But they definitely took some stops, came in, damn could have took mine in 10. Like I said, I got in at 47. I think the lowest was 33. But they damn near could have took me out as well. Taking out stops here. Kind of saw that reaction happen from the algos or from the clue that we had here. Not the most lucrative opportunity, but it paid. Now, I want to say it did go to 57 up in here, but that wasn't sure. I think the smartest thing for me was just to at least take something. Still wondering what's gonna. Again, we do have a report that's coming out in about 12 minutes. Curious to see if we continue. Starting to see buyers stop back in. Right here, they're popping up higher. Right, there's no huge seller, but there's a big buyer that's trying to raise the prices here. 251.18. See, they keep coming in, right? A buyer there, nice buyer there. Again, this was London's buy. Price dropped to New York's buy with that clue that we had. The buyers continued to go higher, 18,000, 21,000. I wouldn't be surprised. And again, it will depend on the news. We got settlement, unless they changed it. Let's see. Let me refresh. Supposed to come out at 10. Yep, it's still showing that potentially it's gonna still come out. Here's the last 5 minutes where again they still buying, right? Bigger buyer. So we'll see. There's something going on in that report. We got 10 minutes until the report come out, so something's happening. Whether it's a little dangerous to be in there. But there's a big seller that's not being rewarded. Again, buyer, London buyer, New York buyer. Wonder what they're going to continue to do. Again, we don't know about the report. Let me, while we're waiting, I'm going to reach out to my group here. Hear me type, but I'm just typing to my Discord. I'll put it back over here. That's it. What's yesterday? 12. All right. Take a look. Again, back into that New York area buy. Massive selling. Not getting rewarded. I don't see any clues, dude. At least I'm just overlooking it. Unless I'm overlooking it, I mean. But see, doing it again. So there is a bigger player absorbing for sure here. And look, we're still trying to buy up. All right, guys. What that is, I don't want you guys to hear me typing all the time. But that is it for me. I hope this video is always valuable. I'll teach you a little bit and look at what's happening. I kind of want to stick around to 10 though to see what happens with that report. We're not going to get it until probably 5 minutes after, but starting to see a nice reaction again from London. London buy. Market decided to get some liquidity, take out some stops, and actually buy out from the New York session. And that clue I mapped out right before it happened. And we're seeing it happening again. So again, my play was the 252 calls. I entered at $47 per contract. Price went against me all the way down. I think the lowest I saw was $33 per contract before cashing me out at I ended up at 52. So not a lot of money, but I figured since I was drawing down so much and I got an opportunity to maybe break even or cash out a little bit, I took the 5 cent profit or $5 per contract in profit. Not a bad day. $1,100, $1,200. I mean, not a bad day. But this is piquing my curiosity. I'm not gonna play it. One, because we're 5 minutes away from port consumer settlement, and if what I think may happen, because I'm a consumer, we all are consumers. I don't think that report would be a good one because we all feel in the prices of groceries and everything else. I can't imagine, and I don't know this for certain, that that report, consumer sentiment, would be a good one. Currently, it's showing positive. Would he would he talk to? Because prices are definitely higher. This is just a guess or clue for me. This is not a clue, but a guess. Because, like I said, I am a consumer like most of you are. I can't imagine that being a good one, good report. If this comes out positive, meaning the report, not to say they fluffing the numbers, but that doesn't it wouldn't reflect how I feel. There they go. No buyers there. Just took this sweet time. Are they gonna hold and turn a red day into a green day? So we open at 251.49. We're now at 251.40 at the moment. It's still keeping it a red day. I personally feel like this report is going to boom the market negatively just because of me being a consumer. Something's happening. We're 3 minutes away, less than 3 minutes away. Yeah, I just can't. Just a pure guess. I can't imagine. That's a good report, but who knows? Who knows? Definitely don't see any clues where they're going to continue to buy up, though. I definitely don't see that. See more of a clue to sell it. Buyers here didn't get rewarded, which is fine. Sellers did not get rewarded there. Yeah, definitely entered early for sure. That's why you always give yourself room. All right, we have okay, still too little over a minute till that report comes. I'm curious to see what happens. We got what 40 seconds? I'm really curious about this. Like I said, just as a consumer myself, I can't imagine this being a good one. Hmm. Let's see, let's see, let's see. So it's 10. I don't know what the report says. Let me see. It's gonna take a minute for us to get it though. All we're doing is saying is positive. So let me refresh it over here. Once it pops in, I'll bring it back on the screen. It's a struggle. It's a tug of war. What is the VIX not really doing nothing. Comes out at 10, but we're not gonna get it to like 10:05 or 10:02, some shit like that. It's a struggle. Right now, there's a bigger buyer that's not being rewarded. But again, we are in areas where, let's take a bird's eye view. New York session, Asian session, London session for a hot second. Bought from. Now we just probably just caught the nice little New York session, right? They definitely helped us out by selling down. Right? London session helped us out by selling us back into an area of buying. Right? It took profits and sold back down to an area of buying, which is the New York session, bird's eye view. Nothing popped in from the report side yet. Okay, it's showing 11 now. Positive. Really? Oh shit. So the report is showing positive. Bring this over and trending up. Let me remove the previous, right? From the 4th to the 5th, from the November 25th, December 1st, December 3rd. It's been trending up. Not really showing much. Oh, okay. Inflation dropped. Oh, so it is a good report. Wow. 4.5 to 4.1. Let me bring this in. Wow. I didn't imagine that. I mean, as a consumer, it's hard for me to believe that inflation's down and we're trending. All right, guys, but that is the end. Look at that. Good. Definitely left money on the table. So right now, like I said, I entered at 252 calls. I had $47 per contract. It is now back to 54 and climbing. All right, guys, I am out of here. Let me go ahead because I'm gonna just typing right now. All right, so as always, I hope you find value in this video. Have any questions, please don't hesitate to leave a comment, and we'll get back at it next time. Peace.